The symbiotes are some of the most interesting villains that were first introduced on the pages of the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 252. Starting with Venom and then Carnage, the reign of the symbiotes has long expanded into other Marvel comics. Focusing on exactly one of those instances today, we explore the unique symbiote Zzxz, introduced in the Shi'ar prison, and navigate its adventures. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Zzxz, a mutant symbiote. Origin. First appearing in issue number 2 of the X-Men Kingbreaker comics. Zzxz, originally called Zzxz, was one of the most dangerous criminals imprisoned on the Shi'ar prison planet of Kraken. Gabriel Summers, also known as Vulcan, the Shi'ar Emperor, initiated an aggressive expansion of the Empire, having the X-Men members Polaris, Raza Longknife, and Chad, along with his own brother Alex Summers, aka Havoc, imprisoned. Vulcan was on the hunt for the rest of Havoc's crew. With the majority of Vulcan's fleet being far away for the expansion, and his death commandos being taken out by Rachel Gray, aka Marvel Girl, he decided to send his soldiers to the nearby planet of Kraken, to recruit their most powerful prisoners into his Imperial Guard. Zzxz was one of the first prisoners found by Vulcan's soldiers, revealing that the late Emperor Diken Naramani wanted to study it, but it ended up being locked away after Diken's passing. A soldier had warned Vulcan of the monstrosity held within Zzxz due to its unique ability to feed on its host's brain, though Vulcan believed it could easily control Zzxz with the promise of a fresh new host. This seemingly turned out right, as Zzxz soon appeared as part of Vulcan's royal guard when they were teleported to the Clinch Worlds to find Rachel Gray, Corvus Rookshear, and the overthrown Shi'ar Empress, Lilandra. Encountering Lilandra inside the Starjammer, Zzxz tried to bond with her with its current host, a Shi'ar soldier begging to be killed. Scared of the villainous symbiote, Lilandra managed to repel it using live wires. The unconscious Zzxz was then pushed out of the Starjammer by Sikorsky, who was fascinated by the symbiote. The host begged Sikorsky not to be left alive while falling. Zzxz soon regained control of the soldier, warning Lilandra that it would feed on her. Zzxz and the rest of the Royal Guard later followed the X-Men after they had escaped Vulcan's imprisonment, with Zzxz trying to possess Havoc. Zzxz would have been successful though, had it not been for the intervention of Raza. Once the exposed body of the Zzxz host was stabbed by Raza, the symbiote quickly made its move on Raza, making him the new host. Raza, despite his efforts, was not able to get out of Zzx's hold and was imprisoned on Ego, the living planet. Later, Zzxz was transferred to Zanfilo's core starship, after which Zzxz and Raza were later successfully separated with no harm coming to Raza. Zzxz was then used to defeat the corrupt Charles Xavier of Earth 10011, aka the Cancerverse. Due to this universe's Charles Xavier being nothing but a giant brain, Zzxz ended up devouring him. Charles Xavier's sister. Zzxz made its reintroduction later in the Marauders comic, revealed to have been captured by the Kin Crimson, a Shi'ar secret society quite similar to the Illuminati. Zzxz was lobotomized during this time, with its DNA used to create a weapon known as the wet skin technology. This allowed the user of the wet skin to weaponize their own blood, though taking the help of Zzx's DNA to create this weapon would end up with its own particular drawback. This drawback came in quite handy and was exploited by none other than Charles Xavier's formerly evil twin sister, Cassandra Nova. Now, for the uninitiated, it might be a surprise, but Cassandra hadn't been a villain for the longest time, reforming herself to the point of teaming up with a group of mutants called the Marauders. Now coming back to Zzxz, while fighting against the Kin Crimson, Cassandra Nova was able to use her telepathy to activate the brain-eating gene of Zzxz. This particular power of Zzxz was initially suppressed in the wet skin technology, which upon activation led to the immediate end of the wet skin user. Nobel prized the Red, a member of the Kin Crimson. Cassandra gained another advantage through this, as in return for being saved and also for healing his lobotomy, Zzxz made a deal with Cassandra Nova to protect her in case of any life-threatening situation. This deal soon came to fruition after the Marauder, using Tempo's time manipulation abilities, went back to Magneto's 1990s base, Avalon, on a mission to rescue an ancient mutant trapped there. Upon their arrival, the Marauders were welcomed by Nemesis and the Acolytes. Knowing Cassandra's power, Nemesis wasted no time in draining Cassandra's life energy, leaving her for dead. But thanks to the presence of Zzxz, who immediately bonded with her, she was revived along with gaining a symbiote suit for protection. The powers of Cassandra Nova herself, infused with the Zzxz suit, gave her an amazing boost in combat. Cassandra was quite a powerful villain against the X-Men in her own right, and one could easily question her turn to the good side once bonded with a symbiote. But thankfully she didn't let Zeke's help go to waste, and used it for good, using this enhancement to fight the Kin Crimson and protect her teammates. Once the battle was over, Cassandra even went on to honor the deal with Zzxz and unbonded with the symbiote. If you're wondering about Zzxz's predicament after this, then you don't need to worry, because the symbiote found a new host in the Shi'ar warrior warbird. It was very unexpected that we got to see Zzxz being a noble fighter on the side of the heroes, because of none other than Cassandra Nova, who used to be a ruthless villain herself. Their deal made in convenience helped show how much both of these villains are capable of turning over a new leaf. How powerful is Zzxz? Zzxz's powers are like that of any other symbiote, which include being able to shapeshift, blend into various environments, wall crawling, night vision, invisibility, an enhanced healing factor that it also shares with its host, along with enhancing the host's physical abilities. But Zzxz's biology makes it one of the most unique symbiotes found in the Marvel Universe. Rather than feeding on the host's adrenaline, Zzxzz feeds on the host's brain, putting the host through a slow but painful death. Zzxzz also possesses the skill to fight, using its fangs, claws, and tendrils like a weapon, along with being able to shoot a substance akin to webs from its hands. Zzxz's weaknesses are similar to those of other symbiotes, as it's super sensitive to any sort of sonic or thermal attacks. Conclusion: the brain-eating symbiote Zzxzz is a unique take on the popular villainous symbiotes. Zzxz's powers made it a trump card for the evil Shi'ar Emperor Vulcan. Zzxzz, despite failing to defeat the X-Men, definitely made sure to at least decrease them in number once it made Raza Longknife its new host. Later reintroduced, Zzxzz showed a more intelligent side of itself, when it fulfilled its deal to protect Cassandra Nova, revealing itself to be more than just a killing machine. Despite showing a new facet of itself, Zzxzz enjoyed making the King Crimson pay for the torture they had put it through, gaining a new host to fight alongside the heroes. In the long list of popular symbiotes introduced in the Marvel Universe, Zzxzz definitely made sure to make a mark for itself. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.